Hey guys, good morning. It's Mike Chang here in Toronto. Today's gonna be a really fun food day. I'm gonna be eating at Tim Hortons, I think for the first time ever, because they are now offering pizza. Also, the Burger King here has got something really cool as well. But before all that, I know I just came back from the Bahamas, but missing Bahama food a little bit. There's this really great Bahamian restaurant I wanted to try here called Old Nassau. Old Nassau Punch. Ooh, guava dove. Fresh conch salad. Oh yeah. A lot of kick in there too. This is so exciting. Got some classic dishes that I tried in the Bahamas and a few that I haven't. Of course, eating Bahamian food, you gotta have some conch fritters. The stuff is absolutely out of this world. Crunchy on the outside, soft and pillowy on the inside, filled with pieces of conch. And these masterfully done. Like I said, crunchy on the outside, inside pillowy, soft. And these are really interesting drinks as well. This is a sky juice, so it's basically coconut juice with condensed milk. I never tried this when I was in the Bahamas. Oh, this is so yum. Fresh coconut juice, creamy condensed milk mixed in, fragrant, rich, refreshing, and this is definitely gonna help dull the heat because I know the salad is gonna bite me a little bit. There are a lot of chilies in here. I'm so excited for this. Also, the conch, slightly chewy, very delicate with a beautiful hint of the flavor from the ocean. Conch salad is my absolute favorite Bahamian dish. I was really afraid the next time I was gonna have this salad wasn't gonna be until I go back to the Bahamas, but this tastes like I'm right back on the island. That same familiar, beautifully sweet, tender pieces of conch, basically cooked in all this lime juice. Little sweetness from the tomatoes, crunch from the chilies, beautiful heat from the scotch bonnet peppers, and the more you chew, the sweeter the conch gets. But it's so delicate. It's just super citrusy, a little sweet. The texture is crunchy, it's succulent. This is pure addiction right here. And it goes so well with the conch fritters. So you take a bite of the conch fritters, chase it with some of the salad. Such a beautiful combo. Also, I got this. This is the switcha. This is pretty much Bahamian lemonade, but in this case, it's a limeade. Oh, this is delicious. This is made fresh too. You can taste that beautiful citrusy flavor, a little sweet. Got some pulp in here as well. By the way, these dishes are as authentic as you can get. Feels like I'm back on the island eating this stuff. And if you've never tried Bahamian food before, come here and get some. Trust me, you'll love it. And this is something I haven't had before. I had a fried fish before. This is the steamed fish. It's first fried and then cooked in this red tomatoey sauce with peppers and onions. Wow. This is so good. This fish is absolutely exquisite. The snapper has such a beautiful flaky white meat. And the sweetness of the fish is just enhanced, but the soft sauteed onions and peppers and the tomato sauce adds a bit of tanginess as well. What really makes this dish stand out is the nuances of the flavor, like the aromatic hint from the thyme, the slight slight kick from the Scotch bonnet. I love how so many Bahamian dishes revolves around lime juice, and that provides that beautiful zest that just perfectly finishes off the beautiful flavor profile of this dish. It's transformative, it's exotic, it's tropical. All the quintessential flavors of the Bahamas represented right here. This I'm so excited as well. They call this a sea monster here, which is a very appropriate name because I'm looking at this and I feel intimidated. Deep fried snow crab, lobster tail, shrimp, a side of traditional Bahamian mac and cheese, and this is another dish I never tried before. This is called land crab rice. So land crab, of course, right here, this is a crab that you find, well, I guess on land, and the rice made from the flavors of the land crab. This is freaking mind-blowing. Every single grain just exudes that awesome umami. The texture of the rice is absolutely perfect. I think there's some other herbs in the rice as well that just enhances that wonderful crab flavor. I mean, this is such a comforting dish. Must try. This is another one of my favorites, Bahamian mac and cheese. Unlike mac and cheese you find here, this is cooked in the oven. It's not gooey everywhere. It's got a nice toasty layer of cheese on top. This is better than what I had in the Bahamas. I love that beautiful smokiness from the toasted cheese on top. The noodles inside, soft and covered in that gooey cheese. I mean, this is mac and cheese that when you eat it, you don't feel like it's overly heavy. Try some of the fried shrimp. If you live in Toronto or you're visiting Toronto and you don't try this restaurant, you'll be doing yourself a disservice. This fried shrimp is absolutely incredible. Tender, plump, juicy, succulent shrimp with such a beautiful crunch on the batter. And the sauce, I don't even know what's in there. I'm guessing it's just pure flavor and a little heat. Chase it with a little coleslaw. Coleslaw's got a nice little vinegary kick to it. Of course, deep fried lobster tail. Beautifully sweet with a wonderful crunchy crust. This is so wonderful. Snow crab leg. Everything. A little bit of heat from the peppers on here. That's about it. And then just the natural sweetness from the shellfish. Also, what's in here is cracked conch, another classic Bahamian dish. It's so freaking tender. I had that dish a couple times in the Bahamas. I just came from there, so my memory's pretty fresh. This conch is more tender than what I had. Absolutely amazing. Magical plate of seafood. If you do get this, 100% get the mac and cheese. Definitely get the coleslaw. Also, I'm gonna try this Nassau punch. Ooh, tastes like a stronger, fruitier Hawaiian punch. Oh, good. This limeade, awesome. This too. If you're eating spicy food, definitely get this. Dessert time, gotta have a couple of things. Guava duff. It is such a satisfying dessert. Soft dough covered in rich, creamy, buttery rum sauce. And the fruit's natural flavor is integrated with the soft dough and highlighted by this buttery sauce. Just unbelievably comforting. Also, I didn't get a chance to get a daiquiri when I was in the Bahamas. You can get colada and cherry. Amazing. I recommend going for both desserts when you're here. Wow. This place is so awesome. Every single dish I had, deliciously authentic, cooked perfectly. The flavors are outstanding. Everyone here is so friendly and nice, and I am so happy to have found this restaurant. If you are ever in Toronto, if you love Bahamian food or you never tried Bahamian food before, this is the place. Trust me, you'll love it. All right, dinner time. Had to go change because I spilled daiquiri all over my shirt. Anyway, dinner is gonna be at Rick's Good Eats. This place got a lot of interesting stuff, like burgers and fries loaded with Indian spices. Go check it out. And this is so cool. So this place has butter chicken lasagna, butter chicken pizza here, butter chicken mac and cheese. That's what I call innovation. I got a burger, a chicken sandwich, and loaded buttered chicken fries. This smells incredible, especially this chicken sandwich that was dipped in what they call ting tang sauce. Let's start with the burger. Beautiful, juicy beef patty. You can see all the masala, all the different spices inside the patty itself. Tomatoes, onions, cabbage with achari mayo, which is a South Asian pickle sauce. Also slices of American cheese and sauteed onions on this as well. This patty is juicy. The chuck patty is loaded Punjabi spices. It's herby, it's very fragrant. I think I taste some coriander and cumin in here. Like I said, the patty itself super juicy and beefy. Beautiful texture in this burger as well. Crunchy lettuce, tangy tomatoes. Nicely balances out the creamy mayo. Every bite, you're just getting a wide array of complex spices that somehow works perfectly. The patty itself has got a hint of smokiness. Nice, impressive kick. I mean, this thing will definitely tingle your tongue. Definitely one of the most spiced up burgers I've ever had. This I'm really excited about. Double fried tandoori chicken sandwich. Again, dunked into that ting tang sauce, pickles, onions, lettuce, tomatoes, and that same pickle mayonnaise. This is extremely flavorful fried chicken sandwich. The patty delightfully crunchy on the outside, tender and juicy on the inside. Again, the ting tang sauce, little bit of heat. It really just adds a lot of flavor that's absorbed in the chicken patty itself. This thing embodies the smokiness of tandoori chicken, and the richness from the mayo is delightfully balanced by the pickles and cabbage. This is basically the ultimate tandoori fried chicken sandwich. This is really interesting. Butter chicken poutine. Since coming to Toronto, I've had a pho poutine or poutine. Now, super saucy butter chicken, cheese, jalapenos, cilantro, onions, loaded on a pile of fries. I love new and fun iterations of poutine, and this thing, the butter chicken, is a perfect topping for these fries. It's saucy, it's buttery, it's cheesy. The pieces of chicken is beautifully tender. All sitting on crispy fries. The fries, I feel like, are perfect vessels to the saucy, tender butter chicken. You get some jalapenos in here as well to bring a bit of acid to the creamy, spicy curry. And the boiling hot curry melts the cheese perfectly. You get a refreshing pop from the onions and that beautiful fragrance from the cilantro. There's just so much flavor in these fries. I mean, it's spicy, it's zesty, it's cheesy, it's meaty, it's immensely fragrant. This is a must try. Also chase that with some of the masala tea. This is so good. A little sweet, milky, spiced up tea. Finally, apple pie samosas. Oh, these might just be some of the best samosas I've ever had. This is absolute dessert perfection. That crunch on the outside is subtle but mighty. Soft, airy dough on the inside that's almost got a mochi-like consistency. Piping hot, cinnamony, little tangy sweet pop from the apples. If you ever come here, definitely end your meal with this. That's absolutely phenomenal.
Dinner number 2, Burger King. At this time, the dining room is closed, so going through the drive-thru, which is open 24 hours. Burger King in Toronto serves up butter chicken burger.
Welcome to another edition of Dining on the Hood with Burger King. Ooh, as soon as they passed this back to me, the overwhelming smell was ketchup. Ketchup nuggets. Canada, of course, famous for ketchup chips. Let's try this. These are super red, and the ketchupy smell is very, very potent. I'm not able to take a deep whiff at about this distance. Can't do it. This is really, really good. Those are incredible chicken nuggets. Although, they don't really taste like chicken. Kind of taste like tofu nuggets. I am suspicious. This tastes more like tofu than chicken. regardless, this is so good. I've been really impressed by the nuggets at Burger King. A while back, they came out with the ultra spicy nuggets that were incredible. These nuggets fresh out of the fryer, crispy layer of skin on the outside, so much spices. The dusting of spices on these nuggets kind of reminds me of what's on a Dorito. Super intense flavor, a little heat, a lot of ketchup, but tremendously delicious. Inside, the chicken is succulent, it's juicy. These are definitely worth a try. Let's check out the poutine before it gets cold. Wow, this reminds me of the poutine I just had, except for not as elegant. Fries, cheese curds, butter chicken sauce on top. Cheese is very melty and stretchy though. Look at that. Whoa. You know what? That's not bad at all. Pretty good box of butter chicken poutine. Butter chicken sauce, of course, a northern Indian dish. It's creamy, it's rich. Like I said before, it goes perfect on the fries. The flavor steeps into the fries itself. Much better than your typical ketchup. First flavor that hits you is that tangy tomato base. Then the butter and cream, which offers such a velvety smoothness. Then comes all the spices, the heat, the smokiness with just a ton of depth. Fries are good, cheese curds, excellent. They were able to give this to me piping hot, so all the cheese curds are nice and melty. Like I said, not as elegant nor as good as Rick's, but pretty good for Burger King. Finally, butter chicken sandwich. Looks pretty simple. It's the same butter chicken sauce that was on the poutine. So this is just added to Burger King's spicy chicken sandwich with a couple onions on top. I think it's lovely. Now this chicken patty tastes like chicken. Pretty good chicken at that. Really crunchy, thin layer of breading. The chicken is tender. There's a good amount of heat in here. My biggest problem with this is I'm not tasting much of the butter chicken sauce. I wish there was much more of the sauce on this butter chicken sandwich. I mean, you get a little bit, so you do get that slight tanginess from the tomatoes, but what I'm really just tasting is the spicy chicken sandwich, which is really good. These three new items, my favorite, gotta be the ketchup nuggets. That one's phenomenal. And the butter chicken sandwich, again, it's a really good sandwich. Just needs more butter chicken sauce. Overall, Burger King, they're really good. All right, I'm gonna finish this and we'll go to Tim Hortons and grab a pizza. Unfortunately, Tim Hortons stopped selling pizza at 10 o'clock. And it is now about 1 o'clock in the morning. Luckily, Toronto has a couple of 24-hour hand-pulled noodle places. Way to go, Toronto. This is one of them. Hey Noodle. This place actually has a very extensive noodle selection. There's cold noodles, there's dry noodles. I got a soup noodle, and this is their meat lovers noodle. So there's different cuts of meat in here. There's some brisket, giant pieces of pork belly, and also intestines. You can adjust your noodle type. I got egg noodles. You can also get potato or rice. Adjust your spice level. This is spicy, a little peanutty. Definitely need some vinegar. Gotta add some black vinegar. Oh yeah, much better. Egg noodles, nice and scrumptious. The beef is really tender. That's some melt in your mouth, fatty chunks of beef. Pork ribs. Well, the meat at this noodle shop is very good. That pork is so good. Crunchy cartilage inside that tender piece of meat. No wonder. 1 o'clock in the morning, the place is almost full. Chase noodle with some tofu skin. Intestines. Nice and tender, with a delicious little funk. This is an awesome bowl of noodles. Every single piece of meat, all marinated so well. This broth has a bit of peanut sauce in here, some peanuts as well, a little crunchy veg, and I've never seen one with this much meat in here before. There's a marinated egg in here as well. I don't think you can find a bowl noodle like this at 1 a.m., maybe anywhere else in North America. 1 a.m. noodle soup, for some reason, just tastes better. And that wraps up another fun food day here in Toronto. It's always all places I went to listed down below for you. Thank you all so much for watching. Until we eat again, see you later.